might recall this song by the incredible Candi Staton.
Oh, young hearts, run free, and never be hung up like my man and me.
My conversation with Candi Staton. She is 85 years old. She's just been Grammy nominated. We've got a lot to talk about. A 7-decade career. That's all coming up.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
We're doing
Over
well.
there in Canada.
We're doing better now that we have you on the line. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right.
Congratulations on your Grammy nomination for Back to My Roots.
Thank you.
I wonder about that moment, at 85 years old, 7 decades in music. What went through your head in that moment when you realized that you got this Grammy nomination?
My publicist, Bill Carpenter, who's been with me for almost 40 years, he refused to let me go, and I've given up, and I'm like this song. I'll throw my hands up in the air and say, I'm done. But he said, no, you're not. You're just getting started. We worked on this album 3 years.
Wow. Okay.
3 years. I'd almost given up on this album. I said, why are we still doing this? And I said, I already got 31 records. We don't need another one.
Sure.
So he said, no, I'm not going to stop till you get a Grammy. I said, well, Bill, go for it. Because I'd been nominated like 4 times before, back in the 80s. In the 70s, I was nominated for Stand By Your Man and In the Ghetto. I'm sitting at home doing this.
Having a little cup of tea. Yeah. I see you.
Looking at a magazine, and Bill calls. He said, are you sitting down? I said, yeah, I'm sitting down having some tea. What's up? He said, you are nominated for a Grammy Award. I put that cup of tea down. I said, whoa!
Oh, a celebration time.
So you joking? I'm too early in the morning to joke with me, Bill.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You, out of all the 2,000 or 3,000 people that were looking for this spot, they picked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, thank God.
What a moment. This new album marks a return to gospel for you. The music that you grew up with in Huntsville, Alabama. I want to go back into your biography a little bit. 12 years old, you and your sister Maggie, you get discovered by a preacher, and you form a group called Jewel Gospel Trio, touring with Sam Cooke and Aretha Franklin and Mahalia Jackson. What was it like for you that young to be in a room with those legends? Can you take me back there? What did that feel like?
That was a desire that I had when I first listened to that type of music. My father was an alcoholic, and we had nothing. So one day he brought home an old radio with a big battery, like the batteries that are in a car. And he put the radio to the battery, and it was very staticky, but we could hear the local gospel stations and the local blues stations and the local country stations. And so my sister and I would put our ears as close. When the battery was getting low, we put our ears down to the radio, try to hear it. And we'd hear B.B. King, and we would hear Albert King, we would hear Johnny Taylor, we would hear Sam Cooke, we would hear Aretha Franklin singing Amazing Grace. We would hear all the gospel, the Blind Boys, and it was amazing. We wanted to do that, and Clara Ward, and we wanted to sing. We just wanted to sing, and this is like that gift just fell in us, and we just wanted to sing. And we would be in the bed at night, and we would be harmonizing. We learned how to harmonize through listening to that old static radio. And my mother would come in there with the switch. She would pull the covers back. If you sing another song, I'm going to spank you. Nobody can sing in this house. Nobody can sleep in this house where you singing. So we would shut up. And we was like, oh, but our feet would be, we would hear it in our heads.
Yeah, yeah.
We still be patting our feet to what we hear in our heads. And it was just a gift
Yeah.
from God.
Then Candy, you get to sing like along and be in the same rooms with these people that you
Mm-hmm.
were listening to. That must
Mm-hmm.
have
Yeah.
been something so special for you.
Yes, my mom finally left my father, and she slipped us away from him. And on the Greyhound bus, my oldest brother had married a woman in Cleveland, Ohio, and he said, "Mama, when when I get settled, I'm gonna send for you and the girls and my little brother, and we're gonna bring you back here so you can stay with us because I know we had nothing. Girl, we had nothing.
Hmm.
We had nothing. We didn't even go to school we had no shoes in the wintertime. In the summertime, we went barefoot, but summertime we'd stay at home. And he knew what my brother Sam, he knew what we were going through, so he sent for us. When we got to Cleveland, uh, my sister-in-law Ethel, she said, I'm going to take y'all to my church. I'm going to take y'all to my church and let Bishop Jewell hear you. She took us to the church. She dressed us up. We didn't have much, but we went to the Goodwill and got some stuff and dressed us up. And we went to church. It was like on a Tuesday night where they had contests going on. She whispered in the MC, she said, I got two little girls I want y'all to hear sing. And they said, where are they? They said, them little girls? I said, yeah, them little girls, they can sing. And so she said, well, I got a surprise for you guys tonight. So they called us up and we started singing them old songs, old root songs that we used to sing in our church, um, songs like, oh my God, just the old clapping songs,
Right.
I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord, those type of songs. Pass me not, oh gentle Savior. And we would sing and harmonize. We sung a couple of songs and harmonized. And one of these mornings, my sister used to sing that one. One of these mornings, I'm going home to live with God. And the band started to play with us.
Mm.
Girl, you ever seen a disco floor?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, this is how that church, everybody got up out of their seats and started dancing in
Wow.
front of the
Wow.
pulpit. I had never seen anything like that before in my life. And we kept them on their feet in the gospel still. Oh
Yeah.
my God. When I stopped singing,
Mm.
he took over. The gospel still took over and sounded just like my voice. And them people were dancing. They was doing the holy dance. It was all kind of dancing.
Wow. Wow.
And so Bishop Jewell told Ethel, my sister-in-law, tell their mother, do not leave. I want to talk to her. And this is how we got to the school in Nashville to go to
Yeah.
parochial school
Right.
for the Jewell Academy. And we got the group. We started a group called the Jewell Gospel Trio, which we added her niece,
Mm.
little 9-year-old. She could
Yeah.
sing too. And Naomi, Maggie, and me. When we had the Jewel Trio, we did 8 records. We did 8 records
Amazing.
with Nash Borum. So we got on the road, we got on the air, and we were with Sam Cooke, and we would. Back in those days, it was segregation. It was horrible. We had to
Right.
go through South Mississippi and stuff. That's how we became such good friends with all of the people because we all had to go in caravans. We could not go alone because it was dangerous going through Mississippi and North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, and all those places. So we would sit under the old oak tree and we would sleep. We didn't have hotels then back in the day. That was in the 50s.
Huh. That was not
And
easy.
it wasn't easy for 3 little girls.
Yeah, of
For 3 little
course.
girls, it was just like eons before our time. We were with all these grown people, and grown people were not like grown people today. They didn't take advantage of you.
Yeah, right.
They were more like moms, dads, aunts, and uncles.
Taking care of you.
Taking care of us.
Yeah.
And I remember Sam and I used to sit down. It'd be in the morning. We'd go by the grocery store and we'd pick up some pork and beans and crackers and some, potted meat and crackers and some knee-high drinks, and that would be breakfast. And so we'd sit there for a while. We had safe houses, but we had to get there.
Yeah.
There were safe houses they had for us, all the gospel singers. And we'd sit there in those safe houses, and we ate together, we lived together, Highway QCs, Sam cooking, Lou Rawls and Soul Stirrers, the Staple Singers. I mean, we just had it
all of you,
man.
Incredible.
And we were kids.
Incredible.
The Nightingales, my God, we knew them all before they crossed over. And Sam and I used to sit there, we wash our feet in the pool, in the little streams of water.
That's beautiful.
And he would talk to me, and he'd tell me how to be a good girl. And
this is Sam Cooke? Sam Cooke was doing this? Wow.
Yes, Sam Cooke. I knew him well. What
a relationship. I want to fast forward a little bit to you. So you're performing like this. You make a decision that you have to be in control of your own career at some point. You talked about, I read that you talked about this being child labor because you didn't really get paid. You were having these little meals and having a good time, but there wasn't any pay. Can you tell me when you realized that you had to take care of your own career and your own self?
I give that credit to Purvis Staples of the Staple Singers,
right,
and Mavis and Cleo. We were at the Apollo Theater, and Mavis and I were up in the top part of the Apollo, and Purvis and I were sitting there with all the rest of the Staple Singers. They were more of our age, so we hung out with them more. And Mavis said, "Well, we just got to go down. Daddy, Pop's getting ready to pay us." And I was like, "This is our payday." I said,
"Payday?
Y'all get paid?"
Oh my goodness.
He says, "Yes, don't y'all?" I says, "No, we don't get nothing." He said, "You joking?" I was about 16, 17 at that time, 17. He said, "Bishop Jewel don't pay y'all." I said, "They don't pay us nothing."
Wow.
And so he said, "God, that's horrible." And that's when our eyes, our eyes came open.
Yeah, that's right. And it was time for something new.
It was time.
Yes.
Yeah, it was time then. So I got, I started talking to different ones about, why don't we get paid? The Staple Singers get paid, and the Highway QCs get paid, and Balan Boys get paid. Why don't we get paid? You're getting paid, but your money's going to the school for children that don't have any money to go to school. You're helping young people to with their education. I said, I didn't volunteer for this.
That's right. Nobody asked me.
Nobody asked me to do this. And we didn't know any better. So we were from Alabama, we didn't know anything about the music business and industry. We knew nothing. So a lot of people took advantage of us.
Wow.
Even after I got into the secular industry, they took advantage of us too. So anyway, end of story. But after that, I left Bishop Jewel at 17.
Okay. So I want to talk to you about the 60s. By that time you have 4 kids. You're raising 4 kids, and yet you were also singing in clubs. You were the first lady of Southern Soul. I want to just play a little example of that real quick.
You may think I'm silly to love a man twice my age, but I know from experience, girls, sometime it pays. The man I've got, the fire's almost gone. He can't heat up nobody's house. He got just enough to keep me warm. I'd rather be old man's sweetheart than to be a young man's fool.
What an unmistakable voice. This is Q. I'm Garvia Bailey, and that is my guest today, Candi Staton, who with her first single, I'd Rather Be an Old Man's Sweetheart Than a Young Man's Fool. Candi, that song came out in 1969, but in the years leading up to that, you were touring, as you said, in the United States, performing in the Chitlin Circuit. You said that Chitlin Circuit, it made you tough. Can you tell me why you needed to be tough? Like what kind of toughness are we talking about?
We're talking about real tough.
Yeah, tell me.
I had to buy a gun.
What?
I bought a gun. Tyrone Davis and Johnny Taylor told me to go buy me a gun, and I did. And see, when you got finished, if you didn't get paid, we did 2 shows a night, 10 and 2, 10 and 12. I'm sorry. And if you didn't get paid after that 10 o'clock show, you may not find the promoter.
Right.
So what we would do is after that first show, we'd go back to the office and ask for the balance. They'd send the balance to the office, to the booking agency, and we would pick up the balance, to operate on the road with our bands, doing live shows. And he would pay us. Some of them would, some of them wouldn't. They would wait till after the second crowd comes in and then I'll pay you. But after the second crowd came in, he was gone.
Right.
We used to have to look all over the city trying to find him. Few people knew where he hung out, and but I would go back there. Picture this: 100. I was maybe 105 pounds, wearing a size 2. With a 32 caliber in my purse.
Practically weighed the same size as you.
I'm bad as my dear. I had my gun everywhere I went.
Oh my goodness.
I lay my gun on that. Bro, you gonna pay me. And you know what? I used to cuss like Millie Jackson.
Wow.
And that's how bad you had to be. You had to try to scare them to give you your money. Because I had 5 dudes out there I had to pay, and they'd be looking for their money.
That's right. You had to wear a lot of hats.
I had to wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
And so keep the music right, not let them get drunk, And so we could have a good show. But anyway, it was rough.
Listen, Candi, I want to get to the 70s with you, because you made this leap from gospel to soul to disco, and you did it with a song that was so very personal to you. I just want to hear a little bit of that one.
Say I'm gonna turn loose 1,000 pounds a day, but how can I turn loose when I just can't break away? Oh, young hearts, run free. They'll never be hung up like my man and me. You and me. Ooh, young hearts.
Candi Staton, that is you singing Young Hearts Run Free, written by David Crawford. That song, man, it has so much joy in it. But you said it reminds you of a very painful relationship in your life. So can you tell me what comes to mind when you think about your own life and the story that song kind of helped to tell?
I had just left, ended my contract with Fame Records. I had just signed with Warner Brothers. David Crawford and I had been friends for years, many years. He played the piano for the Caravans. And I had been telling David about my relationship with this guy that he was a promoter, but he was actually a pimp. And he was pimping my boys and taking all my money and stuff. And then he put fear in me that I would never leave him. And he would say he was going to kill my kids and he was going to kill my little boy at that time, my baby son from Clarence Carter. Clarence and I had a son, Junior. And Junior was 4 years old. And he was talking about killing all of us if I ever mentioned the word divorce. So I'm thinking, how in the world am I going to ever get rid of you? I don't know how to get rid of I'm usually, that's one of my things. I'm a leaving queen.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm supposed to know how to get rid of people. So But he was a complicated one. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get rid of you. But I was telling David the story, you know, I would cry on his shoulder and dump on him about it all the time. And little did I know he was writing
Wow, the whole
my
time.
story.
Right.
So I looked up on the music stand and there it was. And he said, you think you can do it? I said, I think I can. Not knowing I was going to sing my life story in 3 minutes.
Incredible.
I got in there. God knows I'm telling the truth. I got in there. He sung it down. And they started music for me. He left and went back up into the control room. And I started singing it. And knew exactly where to come in. Every line. I didn't miss a line because I was singing me. And that's why a lot of people can't sing that song because it's not them. It's not their story.
Yeah.
And that's why it made such a big hit because it was from the heart. And I sung it all the way through. Once.
One take.
David touched the speak button and he said, you come in, I got what I want.
Oh, and that was
it. I said, no. I said, I was just practicing. No, you weren't. He said, you weren't practicing. Come in. I said, can I do it again? If you want to, you can do it many times you want to, but I got what I want. I did it again. He didn't use it.
Wow.
Because it didn't have that feel that he was looking for. And I went up in there and I heard that song. I said, that's a hit record. He said, yeah, I know. God already told me it's going to last forever.
To this day, it is a hit record. Young Heart.
It gets hit every year.
It
goes viral. It goes viral every
year.
I was in New York doing a radio station in New York. And I've been coming down the steps. Here this girl comes. She heard I was in the studio. I was with Warner Brothers then. She said, she come running down the steps. She said, where's Miss Candi? Where's Miss Candi? Candi Staton in the building. And she said, I got to talk to her. And so I'm at the end of the steps and I wait on her. She grabs me and she hugs me and she cries. Thank you. I said, for what, baby? She said, you're the reason I finished college and I got my degree.
Wow.
Because my mother played me your song every morning. And listen to this song. And don't be fooled. Don't be a fool. Get your education. Be your own woman.
Right.
She said, listen to what this woman's saying. Don't listen to the music. Listen to her. And she said, I thank you. You helped me get through high school. You helped me get through college. You helped me. Now I got a great job. And I kept my mind focused on those words.
Right.
Isn't that something?
Wow. It is an anthem of empowerment that is just not, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Every generation picks it up.
It picks it up. And I think, Candi, that it has so much to do with you surviving so much. But then, you know, even thinking about it now, the hard times that you went through, domestic abuse, there was substance use that was hard for you as well. And then most recently, breast cancer. Do you still feel the joy and the triumph of that song when you sing it?
Yeah. Every time. I relive my life every time I sing it. Every time. I can't get enough of it.
Yes, you and me both.
Because now it helps me.
Yeah.
I got the babies. I got 5 of them. But I don't have my man. I don't have these men that had these kids by. But you know what? I'm living my best life.
That's right. You look like you are.
I am living my best life. I am so blessed.
I'm going to play something from the album, but I want to quickly just touch on You've Got the Love. This dance remix of this tune comes out. A whole new audience starts listening to it. DJs start calling you to tell you, this is a hit now. Again. What did you think of that?
I just love it every time. Florence and the Machine did it, you know. But so many people have done that song. And it's just an uplifting song. It's something to keep you focused, you know. The word of God says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you a future and a hope. And that's what that song does.
Yeah.
He knows the plans he has for us. We all go down our journeys and our roads, and we go through creeks and valleys and mountains and everything. We got walk through dirt and we go get there, but we get there. Some of us have to take the long way home, but we end up where God has purposed us to be.
Yeah.
So each thing that we go through is a lesson.
For sure.
It's not the ending. It's just a lesson.
It's just
for
a lesson.
us to learn. Yeah, yeah. We're not there yet. You know, so the kids like, are we there yet? Nah, not yet. Even though we're going through a lot of battles, you know, in our country and everywhere else, but we're not there yet. There's so much more God has in store for us. Such a purpose he has for your life and my life. And I don't care what you're going through today, girl, my sister, you're not there yet.
All right.
You're not there yet. You got a lot to do. God's got his hands on you, and he is going to prosper you, and he's going to build you, and he's going to take you through some things you won't even understand. But it's in his plan. And when you get there, you'll be there, and you'll know it.
Yeah.
You'll know it.
I'm going to take that with me.
And you will bless so many people, so many people.
Yeah. You know, another blessing on this wonderful, wonderful album, Back to My Roots. You know, after all these decades, your soul music, your disco, the R&B. I just want to play this a little bit of this song called 1963.
Oh my God, what a song. I cried the whole way through that one. Once again, 1963. I'm calling for freedom. I'm calling for peace. I'm calling for victory. Lord, I'm calling on you to bring peace and harmony.
Candi Staton, I understand you wrote that song about the 16th Street church bombing. That was a bombing that took the lives of 4 young girls, Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wellesley, Carol Robertson, and Denise McNair. A bombing perpetrated by the Ku Klux Klan in Birmingham, Alabama. I understand that you were nearby during that time. Yes.
I experienced that. I wasn't at the church, but I was in the city.
Yeah.
And we were guests at a local church. And my pastor was about to preach when the deacon came in the church and said, get out, y'all need to get out. Because we lived in Warrior, Alabama, about 30 miles
of Birmingham.
And we had to go right down through downtown.
Oh my goodness.
And you talking about, if you've never, I pray nobody have to experience that. That was the worst I have ever been in. I was so scared. I thought we were going to die that day. I really did.
Is it hard to sing about it now? Was it writing that song?
I cried all the way through.
Yeah,
I cried all the way through it. My children came around me. They were there in the studio with me. My son, Marcus, he was producing it. He came up with the music. And when I finished, I just sit there and I put my hands in my hands in my face in my hands and just started boohooing. It's just like the grief just poured down on me.
Yeah.
And so sad that we're having to repeat it. That's what makes it doubly hard.
Yeah.
I thought those days I would never see again. You know. And it's just not going to happen. It's going to turn. It's got to turn.
I feel like the gospel is here for you now in these times. That it's giving you something that singing in all the other genres that you sang in, that this is the thing for you in this time. Is that what it feels like?
Yes. It feels like that too to me.
Yeah.
It feels like that. It feels like God's getting ready to kind of turn me to, I'm still going to sing music. I'm still going to sing all the types of genres of music that he's given me to deliver. But my heart is in gospel.
Yeah.
People need the gospel now. They need the real now. And I will be doing a lot of that, even though we're doing another one. We're doing another Roots album. It's called Blue Roots.
Okay.
It's some of the more up-tempo, but young people might like to hear from back in the day. And
That's exciting. That's wonderful.
so, but gospel is my heart.
Yeah.
It always has been, and I'll die with it.
You know what? It has been such a pleasure, such a joy speaking with you. And thank you so much for the music and continuing to put out wonderful music. Candi Staton, thanks for being here.
Oh, you're so welcome. Anytime, just give me a call.